Hi and welcome to all the racing enthusiasts joining us around the globe for this pre-recorded show, which is recorded early doors on Monday morning, and this is for the Tuesday meeting at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. First race, 1,000 meters, and for those of you who don't know, who are punting for the first time, all the races are around the turn at Durbanville. On the line with me, none other than the resident expert, Graham Hawkins, back in Cape Town. Good to be home, Graham?
Yeah, the sun is shining, the skies are blue, but it's still very, very cold. Spring hasn't fully settled in yet as far as the warmth is concerned, but that'll come in good time.
Right, let's get straight into the action. The punters want to know exactly where we're going. And the first race, over 1,000 meters. Nice to see Richard Fourie back in the irons. He had a little bit of a break. He'll be riding for Pit Water on the 9 to 10 shot number 4, which is Fencing Captain. And this 3-year-old son of Captain of All, he's had some fair runs in the bank, improving rapidly. Is he the horse that's going to take all the beating?
I think so, Sheldon. He's certainly got fitness on his side. His market rival is number 2, Peregrine Falcon, who made a promising debut back in December last year, and then things went awry in his second start on the 27th of January. He was pulled out of the race. He clearly was injured. He's been on the sidelines since. His pedigree suggests that 1,000 meters could be on the sharp side, notwithstanding the fact that he was placed over 1,000 meters on his debut. And certainly in the fitness department, number 4, Fencing Captain, could have the edge. Richard Fourie drew a rare blank at Hollywoodbets Durbanville on Saturday, so he'll be keen to get back into the winner's enclosure. This horse does look like the right horse, number 4, Fencing Captain. 4 runs under the belt. He's been placed in his last 3 and was a close second last time out, so it's hard to oppose him. I'm expecting improvement from number 1, Galactus. I don't think he was suited by the 1,400 meters last time. He has his third run as a gelding, and from pole position he could certainly get into the fray. And it's very interesting. Andre Nel, of course, trains privately for Sabine Plattner, has got some very, very well-bred newcomers at this race meeting. In the first race, in the second race, in the third race, and the fourth race. And the comments are quite positive. They've all galloped, and they're all expected to run well. The market is not always a great guide when it comes to Andre Nel's runners. We saw over the weekend Zeitz drift all the way out to 20 to 1, but ran a good second on debut. So you've got to be wary of the Andre Nel runners, but I'm very much in the camp of number 4, Fencing Captain. I expect him to get the job done.
Right, so the mystery horse will be the first timer from the Andre Nel stable, and they do say had a gallop. Now, whether or not that gallop was phenomenal or not, only we'll find out on the race day. Your suggested bet for the day, you're looking at a place accumulator. So race number 2 at 13.15 over 1,250 meters. Just looking at the betting, 18 to 10, number 6, Mystic Majesty. Once again, Richard Fourie rides for Eric Sands. Number 9, Honor of Kings, the first timer, from 4 to 1 down 7 to 2. And then You With Me, another one from the Andre Nel stable at 4 to 1. So obviously the first timers, they could hold the key. But number 6, Mystic Majesty, has had the improvement, and the form's there to be seen.
Yeah, he's improved with each and every run. He's had 3 starts. I must say he hasn't blown us out the park, so he could be vulnerable, number 6, Mystic Majesty. Of those that have raced, he clearly has the best credentials. But as you say, the first-timers could be key in this outcome. There's been a bit of a nibble for number 4, Master Wizard. We'll need to see if there's follow-through for Harold Crawford and Michelle Rix's runner from 10 to 1 into 7 to 1. So there's a little bit of early money around for number 4, Master Wizard. I made mention of the fact that Andre Nel is sending out some well-bred first-timers, number 5, You With Me. And then number 9, Honor of Kings, is a half-brother by Vercingetorix to Princess Colour. So he's bred in the absolute purple. So it's not easy to nail your colours to the mast. At first glance, number 6, Mystic Majesty, may appear to be a place accumulator banker, and it could turn out to be that way, but I've hedged my bets with 5, You With Me, and 9, Honor of Kings. So I've gone 5, 6, and 9 in the opening leg of the place accumulator. Watch the market as race time approaches, because that could be key to the outcome of this race. And Richard Fourie obviously will be looking to go bang bang in the opening 2 races, but I do think Mystic Majesty could be vulnerable. He's shown bare ability, and on the form he could win this, but if there's a special talent around, he could fall victim to that special talent. So yes, number 6, Mystic Majesty, is certainly the top choice, but healthy respect for all of the first timers. So watch the betting as race time approaches.
And there's just one other horse that I'd like to touch on. We both found that horse Easy Money the other day at around 14-1 from the Pit Buerta stable, which scraped in, but at least we got the money on that occasion. 20-1 about number 3, King of the Seas, being an open handicap, 54.5 kilograms on the back. If you go to those first 2 efforts, this is a horse who could cause a bit of a stir for the exactas and trifectas?
Absolutely. He's the second best on form in the form department. One ignores the well-bred first-timers, and it's interesting, there's a late declaration here. Blinkers go on number 3, King of the Seas, for the first time in his career, so that could be a further enhancement as far as his chances are concerned. As you say, he's older, he's a 4-year-old, he's clearly limited, but the fact is he's got 54.5 to shoulder, he's nicely drawn in 3, and Blinkers could make the world of difference, so certainly one to throw in as far as exactas, trifectas and quartets are concerned.
That'll take us on to race number 3, which will be due off at 13:50. And here we'll find Richard Fourie once again at the top of the boards for the Justin Snaith team. 7-10 about number 3, I'm So Pretty. Number 8, Bright Gold, is 4-1. And then number 6, Berry's Boogie, the first timer from the Nell stable, from around 11-2 down 9-2. So a nibble in the market for number 6, Berry's Boogie. Let's kick off with the favourite number 3, I'm So Pretty, second to Scarlet McCaw last time out. And just looking at the form lines, they've been very well franked.
I think this is the nap of the day. The first timers, although well bred, are going to have to be very good to beat her this time around. Number 3, I'm So Pretty, ticks all the boxes. Richard Fourie again for Justin Snaith, well drawn in gate 3, has had the experience. As you say, all of those form lines have been franked with direct winners, multiple direct winners out of those form lines. So it all points to number 3, I'm So Pretty, certainly a very confident bipot and place accumulator banker. She is the outright selection, and for me, the nap of the day. You have to have a measure of respect for number 8, Bright Gold. 2 fair runs under the belt. That last form line is open to question those, so we'll have to see how Bright Gold goes. You mentioned a bit of support for number 6, Berry's Boogie. A very, very well-bred Australian filly by Churchill out of Love to Boogie. And so Sabine Platten, as I say, through Andre Nell, sending out some really well-bred first-timers at this meeting, and it's going to be interesting to see how they go. But I can't oppose number 3, I'm So Pretty. For me, she is the nap of the day.
Then moving on to race number 4, and just looking at the fixed odds department, they can't really separate them. Numbers 4 and 5, Tuscan Romance 22-10, number 5, Golden Angel at 22-10, and then number 6, Champagne Kisses at 5-2. After that, you can pretty much get 10-1 and better the rest. Let's kick off with number 4, Tuscan Romance. Ran second to a certain Dark Winter, who's done exceptionally well, been feature raised, but does return from 171-day absence.
That's the only question mark, but Brett Crawford has been going along very nicely. He's been getting them very fit. She brings the strongest form into the race, number 4, Tuscan Romance, but clearly one has to be a little concerned by the fact that she's been off the track since the 23rd of March. This is an absolute 3-cornered contest between numbers 4, Tuscan Rose, 5, Golden Angel, and 6, Champagne Kisses. All 3 bring solid form into the race. Perhaps, though, Tuscan Romance's form is stronger than numbers 5, Golden Angel, and 6, Champagne Kisses. But then again, 5, Golden Angel, and 6, Champagne Kisses have run recently, so they may have the edge in the fitness department. But that being said, I'm happy to bank a number 4, Tuscan Romance, in the place accumulator. But in the pick 6, I think, and jackpot, this is the first leg of the jackpot, I think you'll need to throw all 3 in, numbers 4, 5, and 6. They should have the race to themselves.
That'll take us along to race number 5, and race number 5, 15:03. And just looking at the betting, number 8, Spirits Unite. Guess who again? Richard Fourie at the top of the board, 16-10. Number 7, Like the Clappers, is 7-2. And number 6, which is Augusta Blue, is trading at around 9-2 and 5-1 with number 4, Unsold Riddle. There has been a little bit of money for number 4, Unsolved Riddle, 6-1 down 5-1. And number 5, Gold Index from the Lunga Gila stable, 7-1 down 5-1. What do you make of race number 5, Graham?
Yeah, I've taken a bit of a chance here and banked at number 8, Spirits Unite in the place accumulator, trying to keep the perm as tight as possible because it doesn't look as if they're going to be major upsets through the day, although the second half of the card, as was the case on Saturday, does get a little bit more tricky. I say I've taken a chance because on form, wherever Spirits Unite runs, Gold Index should be right on top of him, if not in front of him, because if you go back to the 16th of June, Gold Index beat Spirits Unite by 3 parts of a length and is now in fact better off at the weight. So logic tells me that number 5 Gold Index has got as good a chance as number 8 Spirits Unite. So while I've taken a chance in the place accumulator, this is the weakest of my suggested bankers as far as I'm concerned. So if any of our racegoers, our viewers, our punters out there want to cover number 8 Spirits Unite, I certainly wouldn't put them off that because although he's got the right kind of form, he's certainly very limited. He's a one-time winner from 19 starts. It's a small field, but he does have the worst of the draw to overcome, and he doesn't want to be trapped wide in the early stages. So Richard Faree should get a good tune out of him. He's ridden him 3 times for a second and 2/3, so he knows the horse and he gets a good tune out of Spirits Unite, but it's not a cut and dried affair. Gold Index is handicapped to be right on top of him, if not in front of him. Unsolved Riddle ran a better race behind Shifting Path last time out. That was in an average rating 64. It's not much different here. It's an average rating 66, so same kind of race. Like the Clappers, not the most genuine around, but if he gets a run of the race, if he goes to the front, if he gets a soft lead, then he could go all the way. Augusta Blue, late declaration, gets the compression mask. Number 6, Augusta Blue, on his best form, he can win a race of this nature. And then, there's always the potential of an upset. So while Spirits Unite jumps out the page at you, and as I said, I've taken a chance to suggest him as a place accumulator banker, he is the weakest of my place accumulator bankers as far as I'm concerned. And I wouldn't put you off throwing either one of or both of Lunga Gila's runners into the mix because I think this race could be a little more competitive than it first appears. I wouldn't be taking 16-10 Spirits Unite. I think it's more open than that. He could come home lonely, of course, but the form book suggests he's got a bit of a fight on his hand. So Spirits Unite is my first choice, ahead of 5 Gold Index, then 7 Like the Clappers, and 4 and 6 Unsolved Riddle and Augusta Blue. But I wouldn't be bankering Spirits Unite in the jackpot or the pick 6.
So on to race number 6, where a lot of punters will be holding thumbs, tongue-in-cheek. That's number 8, Holding Thumbs, who's climbing the ladder quickly, but has also gone right up in the merit rating system, is at 22-10. Opened up at 3-1, so the money has come early, 22-10. Number 5, Infrared, is 33-10, with number 7, Future Turn, and then Salvatore Mundi at 9-2. Graham, a small but competitive lineup. 2 of the runners have reached over 100 mark. A 109 once upon a time was Salvatore Mundi, and Navy Strength was a 102. So it shows you the type of horses that we are dealing with in race number 6. They've all achieved quite high ratings.
They have. It's very competitive. Now, I don't want to turn my back on a horse that's treated me very well in its last 2 starts. We were on Holding Thumbs when he was backed in from 7-1 to 28-10 and beat Bardolino by 3 lengths. We were on him again last time out when he beat Das Gut by nearly 4 lengths. So he's won his last 2 starts over 1,600 meters by a combined margin of 6 3/4 lengths. But the average merit rating in his last 2 runs was 79 and 77. The average merit rating he has 91. He's gone up 8 points for his last win. So I don't believe that he's going to have things all his own way. In fact, I'm playing to beat number 8 Holding Thumbs. The other factor to take into account, his last 2 wins were on a soft track. The going has dried up significantly. The track is much firmer. The track is much faster. And only the race is going to show whether the change in track conditions is going to be against him or not, but I think he faces a tough task in this class. I think it's very competitive. I prefer the chances of number 7, Future Turn, who's been second in his last 2 starts in this kind of class. And his form at Hollywoodbets Durbanville reads 5 starts for a win and 2 seconds, so that's good enough for me. Future Turn, the Justin Snay stable, has been going along very, very well, and I think the jockey declarations here suggest that Future Turn is the stable elect. JP van der Merwe writes Future Turn. Not that Salvatore Mundi and Navy Strength have bad riders aboard them, Richard Fourie and Grant van Necker, but the fact of the matter is that JP van der Merwe is the retained rider for Greg Boortz. Greg Boortz owns Salvatore Mundi and Navy Strength, so one would assume that JP van der Merwe had the choice of rides and has gone with number 7, Future Turn. Salvatore Mundi could well find a fast 1,600 meters on the sharp side. Navy Strength is starting to come back to form and could surprise. Pardenom for me is interesting. Dean Cannamare's only runner on the card. This horse has had 3 outings at Hollywoodbets Durbanville for 2 wins and a second, so he's yet to be out of the top 2. Obviously, he won a race in KwaZulu-Natal back in May. He's now back in the Western Cape. There's no respect for him in the marketplace at all. He's 12 to 1. I can't believe that. He's, in fact, my second choice behind Future Turn. My third choice would be number 8, Holding Thumbs. And then I have a measure of respect for Infrared. Had his first start as a gelding over this track and trip on the 23rd of August, was a good third behind Ale Maurice. I've always had the feeling that he'll be better over slightly further, but he's won over 1,600 meters, and his last run over 1,600 meters was pretty good. But I think he's going to find it difficult to give 5 kilos to Future Turn, 5 kilos and a beating. Fibonacci and Scalini are the 2 Vaughan Marshall runners. Scalini, we've been waiting to pop up. He's going to do that one of these days, and at least this time around he's got a decent draw. Ignore his last run. He was drawn 12 out of 13 and raced very, very wide before compounding. So I think it's a very interesting little race. It's very competitive. I'm in the camp of number 7, Future Turn. I think the value lies with number 6, Pardenom, given his ability and the fact that he's well suited to Hollywoodbets Durbanville. I think Holding Thumbs, if he wins, good luck to him, because this would be a great step up for him to win this. But there are a number of factors against him.
Right, playing into the last double, races 7 and 8. Race number 7 is due off at 16:15. They're betting 22 to 10 about number 8, Great Cat. Number 4, In the Green Zone, 7 to 2. And then they go 9 to 2 and better the rest. Now, Graham, racing's a funny thing. Sometimes you just go with a number or a gut feeling. Last time this horse, Yo Lekker Ding. I just said these type of names, when you're a commentator and you're calling races, they often come through to spook you. So I had a little bit of a nibble on number 6, Yo Lekker Ding, which came through from 33 to 1 down 16 to 1. A recent maiden winner. Number 7, Elizabeth Grace, is also a recent maiden winner. Where would you put these horses in the pecking order? I know it's a lot stronger taking on out the maidens.
Judging by the market move 33 to 1 into 16 to 1, you had a lot more than just a little nibble on number 6, Yo Lekker Ding. But that was a terrific find. Yeah, it's hard to measure these 3-year-olds. You know, we've had a number of examples over the last number of weeks where we've gone against them, and successfully so, when it comes to them taking on the hard knockers who've been around for a while, who are more experienced. And certainly number 8, Great Cat, fits that bill. Great Cat has also got super form at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. She's had 4 starts for a win and 3 seconds, so yet to finish out of the top 2. She's as game and consistent as they come. So there's no doubt in my mind that number 8, Great Cat, sets the standard. So how do you measure the 3-year-olds against her? Well, that's difficult because, as you say, Yo Lekker Ding suddenly improved to win an open maiden, beating Jet Green, who's no great shakes, Jet Green. And Jet Green actually runs in the last race with a big chance, but certainly great. Jet Green is very limited. Polynomial, Maritzburg Memory, and Elizabeth Grace, Yo Lekker Ding, as well as In the Green Zone. They're all in this category. So there are a number of 3-year-olds here that are lightly raced, that have shown promise, shown ability, and can win a race like this. This is a Class 4 fillies and mares over 1,250 meters. But I'm going to stay with the older, more experienced types in terms of my first 2 selections. I'm going with number 8, Great Cat, to win it, ahead of number 5, Go Like Flow. I think Go Like Flow is going to run better than she did the last time out. She didn't seem to, she led tired at going was soft. I think she likes it firmer and faster, and I think we're going to see a better effort from number 5, Go Like Flow. She's won only start over track and trip. And so Go Like Flow's got 61 to shoulder. Great Cat's got 60.5 to shoulder. But if you believe in the weight for age scale, they should be giving the 3-year-olds as much as 8 kilograms, which they're not doing. So that brings them into the race with a chance. But if any of these 3-year-olds were to pop up and show themselves to be well above average, I wouldn't be surprised. 2 Maritzburg Memory's got plenty of scope for improvement. 3 Polynomial, 4 in the green zone, 6 Yoleketon, 7 Elizabeth Grace. It's a good test for those 3-year-olds against the likes of Go Like Flow and Great Cat. But I'm going to be in the camp of the older horses, although I have thrown in, apart from numbers 5 and 8, into the place accumulator, I've thrown in number 3 Polynomial. Of the 3-year-olds, I'm expecting her to be the pick of the 3-year-olds, but I could be wrong in that department.
So on to race number 8 we go, and this is a mystery race, Graham. I think if my eyes haven't deceived me, we got maidens, we got winners, we got 5-year-olds, we got a whole catalogue of horses in this race.
Yeah, this is the Hollywoodbets Bright Future Cape D Stakes. Now, I'm not sure I've ever seen a Cape D Stakes before, so it's not a true handicap, but it is to a certain degree because they're obviously grouped. But the average merit rating here is 56. That tells you the whole story. It's a very, very weak race. Now, you were talking about the maidens. Jet Green is a maiden, True Horizon is a maiden, and as well as Look Forward and United We Stand, and yet they're all featured in the betting, which is a clear indication they've got a chance. Hang Out the Stars, Richard Faree could win on this Daughter of Kirari, but she's only won once from 20 starts. The 2-time winner in the race is number 5, Beneath the Moon. She won last time out. She beat Look Forward by a length and a half. She comes up against Look Forward again. We could spend a lot of time on this race. We mentioned Jet Green earlier. She is a maiden. But the race sets up quite nicely for her. She's drawn in gate 2. Lungagila has had a bit of a frustrating run. He trains out at Futura Park along with Justin Snaith and Brett Crawford. So his horses are fit. They've been running places. He deserves to get a win, and this could be the day for number 2, Jet Green. And so I've only gone with numbers 2 and 3 in the final leg of the place accumulator, 2 Jet Green and 3 Hang Out the Stars, mainly because they've got some form, but also they've got decent draws, and that's always a big help. Beneath the Moon would be my 3rd choice, and then possibly number 9, Look Forward. But as you mentioned, this is a very weak race. The average merit rating 56. There's been a bit of long shot support in the anti-post market for number 4, Apple Catcher, but she's run so poorly in the last 3 starts that I'm going to ignore that early betting move. But quite frankly, you can expect any kind of a result here.
So that is race number 8, and talking about looking forward to your place accumulator, which we are going to bring on screen as your suggested bet. And Graham, for your followers out there, if you wouldn't mind going through your place accumulator.
Thanks, Sheldon. I think the nap of the day is number 3, I'm So Pretty, in the 3rd race. The place accumulator first leg, the presence of some well-bred first-timers complicates matters a little. 5, You With Me, 6, Mystic Majesty is the choice and form, and 9, Honor of Kings. And as we discussed, 3, King of the Seas is certainly worth throwing into exactas, trifectas and quartets, but 5, 6 and 9 in the first leg. Then 3 consecutive bankers, 3, I'm So Pretty in the 2nd leg, 4, Tuscan Romance in the 3rd leg, and 8, Spirits Unite in the 4th leg. But as we discussed earlier, that would be the weakest of my bankers, and I would not put anybody off by if they wanted to add another horse like Gold Index or Unsolved Riddle into that race, like the Clappers. There are a few because it's more competitive than the betting suggests, but I'm hoping that Richard Faree can certainly get Spirits Unite into the first 3. Then 6, 7 and 8, Pardon Nom, 7, Future Turn, and 8, Holding Thumbs. In the penultimate leg, numbers 3, 5 and 8, Polynomial, Go Like Flow and Great Cat, and closing out with numbers 2, Jet Green, and 3, Hang Out the Stars. A full unit will cost you 54 Rand.
Once again, thank you very much, Graham. Thanks very much for your time. Always very valid. And race number 8, 1,250 meters at 16:48. That's the time we'll know our fate. And all the best to all the viewers out there. Once again, thanks very much, Graham.
Thank you, Sheldon. Have a great day.
Thanks very much to Graham Hawkins joining us on the line from a dry Cape Town, which is good news. So racing continues, and hopefully the horses will do it for us on the track.